Let me first introduce the teams so we can get this going. From Sylvan Lake, from Southern Alberta, Chaos, please come on out.
I didn't know anything was going on like that. Are we gonna?
For Lloydminster,
I didn't know either until about a minute.
Xtreme. From Sylvan Lake, the Yetti. And our host for this special tournament, from right here at the Alberta area, the Calgary Regulars. I would first like to congratulate all 4 teams on a fantastic season to get to this point. 16 teams in Tier 2 lacrosse, the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League, and there's 4 left. Well done, all of you gentlemen, coaches, trainers, parents, fans. Thank you very much. This weekend, let us celebrate the spirit of lacrosse, a game born from the heart of the Indigenous cultures. This weekend, we gather the traditional territories of the Treaty 7 Nations, the Siksika, the Pee, the Canada First Nations of the Blackfoot Confederacy, the Tsuut'ina Nation, the Iroquois Nations, Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Gibsoni, and these lands are also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Districts 5 and 6. We pay respect to the elders of the past, present, and emerging, and we honor the enduring relationship between these nations and this land. Lacrosse is known as the creator's game. It has served as ceremony, healing, and community gathering long before modern sport ever existed and before we started playing indoors like this. As we pick up our 6th Donner jerseys this weekend, let us remember that many past, catch, and goal connects us to the centuries of Indigenous wisdom, resilience, and joy. This weekend is more than a tournament. It's an opportunity for all of us to deepen our understanding of the histories that shape this land and to build bridges of respect and reconciliation. Let us carry forward the lessons of teamwork, humility, and gratitude that this sport of lacrosse teaches us each and every day. As we cheer from the sidelines and compete on the floor, may we do so with open hearts and open minds. Together, let us commit to honoring a Treaty 7 relationship every day, on and off the floor. Thank you very much to all of you. Tonight, we are very fortunate to have the Albert join us for this very special weekend. Please, everybody, join me in welcoming my good friend, Albert Clarence Wolfland.
Way back when I was in residential school, about 6 years old, we played every sport because all the people that looked after us wanted to learn all kinds of sports. But I was 10 years old, lacrosse came. We had a guy from Nova Scotia. And he said, we're going to teach you guys how to play lacrosse. You're from Nova Scotia, you're a schooner. How are you going to teach us lacrosse? I just want to learn. So, he gave me a bat, gave my friend a bat. My friend had something against me, he wanted to put thing. He gave him a weapon and he hit me with that bat. So I hit him back with that bat. And we kept hitting each other with the bat, and he came and said, I don't think you guys go on to learn that song. We don't want you guys to learn anything. Anyways, I just want to let you know, sports is what I was involved in. Ever since I was a little kid, playing outdoor hockey, and I was out of soldier for 7.5 years. I played international hockey overseas, NATO forces, and I learned a lot about teamwork, looking after your teammates, and also not carrying the game outside of where you play. We played a lot of teams, a lot of football. We didn't take it to the streets. We became good friends. That's not a fellow out here. He used to play goal for that guy like tribe on the reserve. Ah, geez, that's a small world. I don't get to meet the old fellow. We used to play at them. So, I want to let you know, play hard, play the way, have fun. That's what it's all about. Have fun. That's why we have sports. That's why we have people keeping you in line. So with that, I'm going to say a blessing to all of you. You're a good team, a good trip home, and play the best team win. You're all winners. You're all winners in my house. I did that. That's why I come to that state our feet. That's the most that's why we got to make those hands down. That's what's just where you need to finish down. All these guys still kind of keep most still kind of keep. After guys that got there, God, he's not better still kind of keep. He laid down these people, it's not fooling people. Oh, we got that too for us here. Take the shot. Other guys can move that big to stop you. He's got on the back, and he's got a lot of show up here. I'm not going to put this strap, it's the full through my life. That's what I found out in my life. I don't know what I'm saying, equal at the line of people to put. But that's the top. You take Steve out top. That's the guy to top in the town. I'll talk to him here. I don't know what I'm saying for it, and that's the guy to do it. Now, see you finish the rest now. That's the guy that's the time to do it.
Thank you very much for that. Please accept this as a gift from us. Thank you very much. And thank you for that pleasure in joining us for this event this weekend. Very much appreciated. Everybody, one more round of applause. You put that up to the director of Raymond on this thing. There you go. Thank you very much. Thanks everybody. One last thing before we get this kicked off this weekend. We got 4 teams battling hard. Game 1 was pretty good. I think Buffalo losing it was pretty good. Dan, I expect the rest of the games to be just as good in the fun weekend. Don't give me a bad. We have a very good friend, Mr. Robert Sell. We'll take a national anthem for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we're doing action the Singing of Canada.
Shoot on the flag.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, with glowing hearts receiving us, the true north strong and free, from far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on
One guy shoot the singer.
for
You gotta put it on me, like the preview.
Oh Canada, we stand on guard for
Thank you so much, Club. Teams, are we ready? Oh, that was terrible. Are you guys ready? Let's go!
Switch out the
All right, hello and welcome back to the Brentwood Sportsplex here in Calgary, Alberta, as we get ready for Game 2, Day 1 here at the Tier 2 Provincials. As we get ready to go, Lloydminster Xtreme taking on the Sylvan Lake Yetti. Lloydminster ended their regular season 16-0. Sylvan Lake Yetti 13-3. We'll get ready for an opening face-off here in between the pipes. I believe we are going to end up seeing, I'm fairly certain that's going to be Devin Shar for the Yetti. 7 games played, 8-10 save percentage, 10.5 goals against average, 1 goal on the season as well with 6 assists as that face-off gets us underway here. And they'll take this one down the floor. Taking it up to center now. They'll try the shot from a cut, but that'll go off the goaltender and into the netting. Passing this one down the right side. They'll try and work their way in here. This one on the stick of Sigfusson. Passing that one back to Street. Street down the left side, working off a screen. Pushing through 2 defenders, taking it himself, but he'll miss on the shot. Now down the left side with it. We'll get their offense back out there, charging down the right side. Good save by the goaltender. Long pass will go all the way into the left corner, where it'll be picked back up by the Yetti as they move back down the floor again. So far, the Xtreme haven't had much of a chance to get their offense out there. Big hit along the right side. Yetti walking their way in. Passing that one down the middle, but it'll be picked off, and we'll get a quick whistle here. And it looks like we'll get an illegal cross-checking call. This one is going to go to Brady Gamble, I believe. Yetti starting with it at center. Taking this one down the right side. Thinks about the long shot. Hits a pass across the crease, but they'll wave at that shot. Passing this one along the inside there. Shooting that one right off the pads of Gamble. And the Xtreme are going to lose it at center. Yetti now the other way, trying to take advantage of the fast break. Ankerstein taking a few whacks, passing it back up to center once again here. That's Marshall with it. Marshall down the right side, faking their way down, cross center there as they pick it back up in the corner. Back up high, into the corner once again. Picking it up in the slot, trying that shot, but they'll miss at it. Yetti, 15-second shot clock. With it on the right side, low shot, and he'll score on it. A beautiful shot from the right side of the floor. And it's 1-0 Yetti. And it was a quick power play there for the Yetti as they get a 1-0 lead over the favorites in this game in the Xtreme. The Yetti went 0-2 in the regular season against Lloydminster as we get another quick whistle here. And it's looking like another penalty. This time it's going to be on the Yetti. Will be a tripping call. Landry is going to sit for it. Will be 2 minutes. 17:22 remaining in the first period. Still 1-0 after that quick goal by the Yetti on the power play. Lloydminster now getting a chance to respond quickly. Taking it down the left side. Back across the crease again, but they'll miss on the pass and have to restart. Up high. Working with it. Right in front, charging through the lane, but will not beat the goaltender. Sharp passes that one down the right side, finds Silger. Silger back up high again. That's on the stick of Wise. Wise charging through the lane, splits the D, goes for a spin as well, but he'll have to take it behind the net instead of in front of it. Passes it back up, and that'll end up being picked up by the Xtreme in the defensive zone. Crossing center with it now. That's Gamble. Walking it over center. They'll have it on the left side. Passing it back across the crease. Taking a shot from the right corner. 45 seconds left on their power play. They'll fake their way inside. Takes the shot. Ends up blocked. Back outside for the Xtreme. 20 seconds still on their shot clock. Back up high on the left side here. They'll take that shot, but whistle that one just right by the post. That time they hit metal as that goes off the left side. And the Xtreme continue. 15 seconds on their power play. Still looking to try and tie up this game. Now they'll have it along the left boards. Centering this one, back up high. Takes the low shot, blocked in front. And that is going to hurt, as the captain is clearly feeling that knee. He'll block another and get a large amount of applause from the fans as they rush down the other side of the floor and put that one right into the crest of Gamble. A big 20 seconds there by the Yetti. With it on the right side here. He'll get shoved along the boards as they try and fight for it. Pushing his way through center. Puts it low, misses on the shot, and the Xtreme will have to go to the corner to find it. Passing it back up high, but the shot clock will expire. Or actually, it won't go off. Finally, they notice it and blow that one down. Yetti get this one back. Now on the stick of Katarenchek. That gets taken into the right corner here. Back up high once more. Marshall with it. He'll get it right back. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Yetti trying to find their second. It's picked off as they head the other way here on a run. Sprinting right towards the goaltender. Puts it low, and he'll be met. No, he'll score. It took a moment for the crowd to react, but he will beat Shar there to tie things right back up. 1-1. A big momentum-shifting play there by the Xtreme. As with that face-off, we get back underway. The Yetti trying to head down the left side of the floor. It'll end up getting stolen back, as now we'll see the Xtreme go for a run. McNabb down the left side. Taking it into the corner. Didn't like what he saw, passed it back outside, charging through the lane, taking it all the way through, but he'll miss the net. The Yetti trying to get out of their own zone, but he's going to run into some traffic. Leaves that one on the floor. It'll be picked back up by a teammate of his as they take it into the close right corner. Gage Foley with it. Trying to evade some defenders, passes it back inside. Will end up getting whacked onto the floor. Both teams trying to find it. It'll be swatted back into the corner, and it'll be given right to the goaltender. They'll try a long pass here, but it'll be bobbled at center and sent right back to where it came from. Going for a run down the left side. Faked back up high. And Shepard will have it. Shepard, 5 seconds. Takes it down the left side. He needs to fire it. but he'll run out of shot clock before missing just right. I believe Shar might have made a little bit of contact with that one as well. Taken back over center here on the left side. Passing it across the zone, charging through center. Tried to run through a few defenders, but got stuck on the first one. Yetti with it on the right side. They'll lose it. Xtreme now going for a run, but he'll run into a triple team. He's going to keep on going right into the boards. As some muscle shown there to get it out of the zone, but the Xtreme will get it right back. Up at center. Fisher wiring this one, missing just right of the net. The Yetti trying to pick it back up, but it'll bounce right to an Xtreme stick. Pushing into the zone, Gunderson took the shot. Good save by Shar. Yetti now down the right side with it, taking it right over center. Handing it off. Johannesson taking that one down the right side. Gets it knocked off his stick. Nearly recovered by a teammate who fires that one low, and it'll go off a defender and into the glass. Now with it along the boards, both players fighting for it. It'll end up getting popped up and stolen back by the Xtreme. Heading up the floor now. Thyssen. He's going to end up giving this one up as Wallace has it. Wallace taking his time, 15 seconds to work with. Bounce pass across the zone, hits the stick of Stachniak. Stachniak into the corner, looking for a man on the other side. He needs to fire it and will, puts it right off the glove and into the corner. Yetti now heading the other way. He's going to go for a run. It's a one-on-one, quickly turning into a two-on-one, but instead it looks like they're going to try and take their time with it, passing it to another teammate who bounces it over the crossbar. Two different opinions on that play. And the Xtreme will get it back. Gunderson takes it over half. With it on the left side here, pushing his way into the lane. Takes the shot low, but it'll be a pad save by the goaltender. Now taking a run down the right side, and he's got some speed. Chased down by a defender, had to turn back. For finding a man at center, cutting down the right side, tried to spin off the defender. He's going to fall down and gets the ball knocked off his stick, and the Xtreme will head back the other way. 1-1 after the first 10 minutes here in Brentwood. That shot goes off the goaltender. Yetti having to chase it into the corner. They will recover it. It's just whether they can get it out of the zone. Picking it up at center now, Foley. Foley pushing his way in. He sees a lane, takes it to the net, jump shot. But he'll end up putting it off the goaltender and over the net. Picked up now by Gamble. Who's going to hand that one right off to Morgan. Stolen back by the Yetti off a bobbled pass as they sprint right over center. Silger handing that one over to Street. Street walking this one down the left side, waiting for a teammate to join him. He's going to sprint through a lane, play in the body, but that'll end up going off the floor and into the netting. And it looks like that will be our first media break here, so we will be right back with you when things get back underway. All right, welcome back. Lloydminster taking this one up at center, and they'll take it down the right side with it. Passing that one across the left side. Able to hit the stick of McNabb, but couldn't get much further with it. McNabb charging through the lane, but ends up putting that one off the goaltender, and it'll be recovered in the slot by the Yetti. Moving up the floor with it, passing it across center onto the stick of Kataranchuk. Down the right side, looks at the defender, fakes his way back outside, and he'll take his time. Still 15 seconds to work with. Taking a few whacks to the stick, charging through center, passing it across the zone, but it'll be knocked off of his stick by Logan Lang, who's going to go for a run with it, trying to outrun the Yetti attackers. But he couldn't get too far, so he'll have to just hold it at center. Shepard with it up high. 8 minutes, left in the first period. Still tied 1-1. Passing that one all the way across. And it'll be stolen back by the Yetti. And they're going to try and take it all the way to the house. But it looks like he'll end up getting interrupted in that goal as he gets shoved into the boards. Trying to hold on to the ball. Looks like he'll escape unscathed. And the Yetti will get to continue their offense. It looks like they're going to bring the goaltender to the bench. Penalty is being called here on the Xtreme. And finally, we'll get a whistle here and get to see what the call is going to end up being. Heading to the box here. That is going to be Aiden Timestra. Or, excuse me, no, I had the wrong guy. I think he was just heading to the box. That's going to be Dagan Dyson taking a seat on the box. Yep, seat in the box. And the Yetti will get it at center. On the right side with it. Passing it into the corner. Still pass it all the way across the zone. Back up high again, 15 seconds. As they just work their way around, squeezing this penalty kill. Passing it inside, missing on the pass as the Yetti have to run to the corner to find it. It'll be shoveled up by the Xtreme before stolen back by the Yetti as they have a chance. Firing this one, but it'll hit the wrong side of the twine. And Gamble will just go behind his net to pick it up. And they're going to wind up and fire this one all the way deep into the offensive zone. Ends up landing behind the net. But it'll be stolen back by the Yetti before the Xtreme could capitalize. Taking it back over center, being shoved into the boards, quickly into a double team. He'll spin out of it before losing it, and we'll get a whistle. And the Xtreme are not going to be happy about this call here, as they would have had a easy breakaway there, potentially a 2-on-0. The Yetti with it now in the right corner. They'll pass it back up high and work their way around again. Still with 45 seconds on their power play. They'll end up back up high again. Marshall passing that one across the zone, hitting the stick of Elliot Weiss. Weiss pushing his way into the zone. He needs to shoot, puts it low and into the stick of the goaltender. Riker Gamble sends a long shot, but that'll be picked off again as that's back-to-back giveaways by Gamble. Into the right side, passing it across the zone and putting it low. And it'll be stolen back by the Xtreme. With it up high, charging through the lane, but he didn't like what he saw, so he spun back and takes it back up to center. Running out of time, the Xtreme pushing through the zone, but he'll put that one by the right post. And the Yetti with another chance the other way. He'll run down the right side, running into a triple team, trying to evade it. He's going to stay on his feet, and he'll live to fight another day. Johannesson is going to end up losing it and passing it all the way down, and the Yetti will pick it off again. And passing it across the zone as the Yetti score 2-1 off of a ugly turnover by the Xtreme. Street winning this face-off. He'll end up on the stick of Weiss, who evades a double team. Sprints right back into a few more defenders, though, and he'll end up losing the ball. Heading into the corner to find it, Cale Street. He'll hand it off up high here. 15-second shot clock. Tries to hit a cut man. Ends up holding on to it instead. Passes that one off a defender and puts it in between the pipes. 3-1 Yetti. As the Yetti have gotten off to a very quick start here in Brentwood. Trying to pass that one right back across as they won the face-off, and they'll keep their offense out there. Johannesson passing that one across the zone, putting it low, but that'll end up going just a bit wide of the net. Yetti walking it back out to center, charging through the lane. He'll put it on goal, and he'll score. Elliot Wise. 3-1 Yetti. The Yetti now up by 3 here with just a little under 4 minutes remaining in the first period. You could not have started this or both period and this game much better. And it looks like there's going to be another penalty here, potentially on the Xtreme. As it looks like the Yetti are going to take a seat here. Their captain going to be in the box for 2 minutes here. Joining them is going to be Jace Gunderson. So, assumingly, we're going to see some 4-on-4. As we'll get ready for a face-off here. And it looks like we're getting some corrections here. It will indeed be 4v4, as there was some confusion around that. So with that, we're going to end up seeing things get back underway here. Once again, the Yetti will win in the face-off and take it right over center, down the right side, trying to spin inside, taking it back outside. That's Silger working off the defender, taking it into the corner. And they'll pass that one all the way around the boards. Gamble picking it up in the corner, deciding not to wind up and fire this one down the floor this time. But they'll miss on the pass regardless. There's quite a few concentration errors out of the Xtreme early here. And a big whack there into the chest of Alex Hill. Looks like he'll get the ball back, as they were trying to knock the stick out of his hands. Believe it, they might have connected with his chest instead. Hepburn with it on the right side, spinning off the defender as he'll charge in, shooting it on goal. It'll be stopped by the goaltender. Katarenchuk down the right side with it. Finds a teammate. Pushing towards the goal. Tries the shot while on the ground. It'll end up in the corner where the Xtreme will use their man advantage to try and find it. Gamble is going to load up here. Looking for some help. He'll end up going for the short pass instead of the Hail Mary. And he'll end up at center once again. McNabb charging through the lane, passing it across the zone. Will end up in the corner. Sprinting up here. The Yetti, 2-on-1. Passes it across. Or excuse me, they faked me out on that one. They actually put that shot on goal. But it was a good save by Riker Gamble. Down the right side, passing it back across the zone. They'll be picked back up. Still 20 seconds to work with. The Yetti desperately looking for their 5th goal of the period. As they're just trying to add on to that lead. They'll fire that one by the left post, but they will not be able to keep it on the right side of center. Dyson with it up high. Wallace will take a slow approach down the left side, passing it back across as they'll take a cross check to the head there. Well, none of the refs seem to have seen it, but I think that'll work out for them as they'll put that one on goal and get themselves back within 2 here. As he got laid out after the shot as well. But that'll work out quite nicely for the Xtreme. Owen Hill getting ready for the draw across from Kale Street. Get a quick whistle after that one. And the ball will be handed off to the Xtreme here. Walking it over center. Looking to the corner. Tried the one-hand shot. Midair. A little bit of a dunk play there, but he couldn't put it on goal. And the Xtreme will get it back. Looking for some help. Finds a man cutting across center, but will get a quick whistle, and the Xtreme will have to give it back. With 35 seconds left in this period, the Yetti still trying to see if they can find at least one more. Walking down the left side with it. Back up high. Into the right corner. Puts that one low, but won't be able to put it on goal. And it'll be picked back up by Riker Gamble. It'll be popped up in the air, missing on the pass. And I believe that'll be an over and back call, as well as the period, as we didn't get a buzzer quite on time. But with that, we will head into the first intermission here. 4-2 is your score after the first 20 minutes. 40 minutes still left to go here. Excuse me, we'll be back. All right, hello and welcome back. Period 2 between the Xtreme and the Yetti. Getting underway here with this face-off that will immediately get blown down. Yetti taking it at center as they'll take it down the left side of the floor. Kale Street with it. He's going to hold it. Heading down the right side, taking the outside shot with about 20 seconds on the shot clock. And they'll attempt to sprint this one back out of the zone, taking a few whacks after running into a double team, passing it over center, nearly picked off by the Yetti. And it was quite the period for them as they sprint in. As a shot for the Xtreme by Nate Fisher. Yetti trying to go the other way, neither team wanting to take a break as he sprints all the way around the net, firing it off the right glove. And it looks like the Xtreme will get it back. And will finally get a chance to slow things down here. The Xtreme down by 2 goals here. Still plenty of time left to go. Here's hoping they come out with a bit of a better game plan as that shot takes a bounce and goes off the goaltender. Already a very close start to this period as we'll see the Yetti take it over to the center here. Picking it back up and charging down the left side. Up high with it, walking through center, trying to take a cut, but that'll end up being stopped low by Gamble, who's going to wind up and fire, making the connection at center, charging in, 2-on-1, passing it across the zone, but he'll end up missing on it, and the Yetti will recover. And we've seen Gamble go for quite a few of those long passes, and that'll be one of the first ones to work out for him. As that chance by the Yetti gets interrupted by Gamble. We'll see another long pass, but that'll end up getting stopped behind the play as we get some whistles here. And there's a little bit of confusion here, I believe. Both refs convening at center. And it looks like it is going to be Xtreme ball. And they're going to end up giving it to Gamble, who's going to just roll it up to center. Blake Shepard with it now. He's going to walk it down the left side. Back across the zone into the corner now. On the right side, walking it back up as they continue to rotate it. Working off a screen. Behind the back pass. Tried to put it on goal. Spins off the defender. Puts it high. But not quite able to beat the goaltender. The Yetti trying to break out now. He'll go for a run. He's able to outrun the defender. Passing it across. He's loose on the left side, but that'll be a nice save by Gamble. The Xtreme with it back up at center. Their offense already getting a lot of looks here as they push their way in. Charging through center. Back outside. Putting it just by the right post as that'll end up coming off the stick of Plamondon. And it'll end up rolling all the way back to the stick of Gamble. Stachniak walking it over center. Nearly picked off by the Yetti, but they'll try and capitalize on a man being at center. As a low shot goes into the stick of the goaltender. The Yetti holding it on the left side. Landry passing it all the way around the zone, winds up all the way from center, and it'll end up rolling down the floor. The Xtreme chasing it into the zone, where it'll be stopped right in front of the net by Devin Shar. Xtreme will get the ball in the corner here. He'll get a new shot clock as well. Walking it back up to center. He'll look across the zone, surveying the land. Down the right side, works off the screen, loses it on the spin. Yetti trying to recover it, looks like they will, and they'll go for a run here. Sprinting down the right side, getting some offense to help them out. And they take it into the corner. But they'll end the fast break there. Passing it across the zone, ends up on the stick of Kale Street. Street looks, fires, scores! Kale Street with the first goal of the second period. 5-2 Yetti. as we get ready for another face-off here. This one won by the Yetti. They'll push down the left side straight off the face-off, but they'll end up having to spin back. Winding up, firing. That one straight into the pads. It'll be quickly picked back up by Thiessen. Passing it over center now. McNabb ends up finding a teammate on the left side who puts it off the back of the net. Along the boards now, McNabb is going to keep fighting for it. Passing it back up to center. Brady Gamble sends it over. They'll work with it, running out of shot clock. Tries to pass it across the zone. It'll be picked back up in the corner, but they won't have time to do much with it as the shot clock will go off and the Yetti will get it right back. 5 minutes gone here in the second period. 5-2, only goal coming for the Yetti. With it up high here. Passing it along the boards. Taking their time. Working off the screen. Works his way up high to center. Passing it inside, but ends up putting that one off the defender's stick. And they'll take it back across center. 2-on-2. They'll slow it down instead of trying to make a play on it. And the Xtreme get their offense on the floor. Sprinting down the left side. Walking it back up slowly. Winds up, fires. Puts that one right into the stick of Shar. It'll end up going off a stick by a Yetti. They'll end up recovering it in the offensive zone, though, as some good effort there from Rurik, I believe Ankerstein. Back up high with it, 10-second shot clock. Yetti walking their way in, walks through two defenders, puts it off the second one, and he's going to be feeling that one for the rest of the game. It's going to be an over and back call on the Yetti. And it looks like we're going to be getting a penalty here, delay of game, going to Elliot Wise, who, after going to retrieve a ball that had gone over and back, he sent it into the Xtreme zone. And this could be a big moment here for Lloydminster. We're going to take this one at center. Gunderson taking a slow approach straight down Center Street. Passes it down the left side, and they'll hold it there. Working their way around, attempting to hit a man off of a screen. They'll end up going off the glass instead. Passing it all the way across, and we'll see the Xtreme set up again. Long shot, goes off the shoulder, still loose. Yetti will recover it, and he's going to go for a run. Only one man to beat, but it looked like McNabb was just a touch faster, so he's going to have to spin back. Yetti trying to waste time on this penalty kill. Running into the corner here. Spinning off the defender, Sigfusen. Passes this one back up high to Timestra. The Yetti playing hot potato in the offensive zone here. Into the corner. They'll end up missing on the pass, but the shot clock would have gone off only about 3 seconds later, so not much time lost on that one. Clemunden taking that one down the right side. Slowing things down. 15-second shot clock. Passing it across the zone in front. Fakes a few times, but will not beat the goaltender as it ends up loose in front. Yetti will recover, and they're going to go for another run. Looks like he'll have to slow things down, though, instead, as Landry bobbled it on the reception. They'll be able to waste down a good half of what's left in this power play. With it along the left side, he's going to get shoved into the boards. Sprinting across center, going for a run. Spins through a few defenders. Ends up evading the triple team, but misses on the shot regardless. Only 10 seconds remaining on the power play. Xtreme will get a chance to set up their offense, but not do much more. As that'll be Jace Gunderson with it. Down the right side, slowing things down. Defender sprints out of the box, and he'll immediately re-enter the play. Gunderson passes it across, but it'll go off a defender's stick and into the netting. With it up high. Loading up, firing, putting that one right of the net and all the way down the floor that time. It did not hit a goaltender or a defender. So we're going to see the Yetti take it in the close left corner, just to the left of Riker Gamble. Gamble along the boards, working their way up. Tries the low shot. Gamble was ready for it. Getting shoved into the boards here as it's recovered by Thiessen, who's going to try and get rid of it. Long pass here, ends up back behind the goal of the Yetti. And we'll see the Yetti take an approach back up the floor. Spinning off the defender, passing it down the left side. Tries the long pass, nearly finding a man alone in the slot, but it was picked off by an Xtreme defender. And now they're going to run back down the floor with this one now. That's Brady Gamble. Gamble looking for a man to hand this one off to, and it looks like he finally found one. Passing it back across after the fake. Will end up getting picked back up, sprinting into the zone. One-handed shot goes off the left pad, I believe, of the goaltender. And now we'll see the Yetti with it at center. 10 minutes remaining here. Quickly approaching our media break, 5-2. Still 30 minutes remaining in this one. Long shot from outside going into the crest of Gamble. As Gamble loads up and fires, sends a Hail Mary, but it'll end up going off the glass and out in front. Sprinting it right over center. Taking a charge, runs through a few defenders. It'll get to the goaltender, but Gamble was prepared. Passing this one back out. He's going to charge through the zone. Takes a whack in the arm. Wasn't too happy about it. Finds a cut man. Puts it on goal. Ends up loose. Will it go in? No, it won't. The ref waves it down as a defender ran in and threw it back out of the net. And a lot of fans are not too happy about that one. And the Xtreme have it back at center. Passing it back across. Wallace. And that's going to end up being a penalty on the Yetti. So we'll see Gamble go for a run to the bench. Back up it high, putting it low, and that'll go off the pad and into the corner. Bouncing back up, takes a whack in the shin. Taking a few whacks in the arm to boot. Hits a man on the other side. Low shot. Ends up loose, but it won't go in. And finally we'll get a whistle. And this will be interesting as we wait to see what the calls are. The first man heading to the box is going to be Jacob Crozier-Baker. And it looks like that will be it. It is going to be a 2-minute minor penalty here. The Xtreme getting ready to take it at center. Down by 3 goals here. Down the left side we go. They'll hold it there before passing it back up to center onto the stick of Flamunden. Up high again. Passing it into the corner. Cross the zone. Misses on it as it ends up back up high at center. Passing it across. Tries the shot. It'll go in. As Dallin Hepburn grabs the 3rd Xtreme goal of the day and brings them back within 2. We'll get ready for another face-off here. 8:26 remaining in the second period. Only a 2-goal difference separating these two teams. Still a man in the box as well. Owen Hill in the draw. He'll lose it for the Xtreme as the Yetti will take it into the offensive zone and attempt to waste a little bit of clock. Along the boards, tries to pass it back up high, fakes it, shakes a charge through the center lane, but he'll end up giving it up with it now. Rogan McNabb taking it into the far left corner. He'll slow things down there, waiting for a little bit of offense to join him on the floor. Will end up back up high at center. Gunderson along the corner, or excuse me, along the boards now. Back across again, right next to the goaltender, who makes another excellent save as Devin Shar has really had a tough second period ahead of him. A lot of shots by the Xtreme. Only one has beaten him so far. Kataranchuk taking it into the corner. He'll take a few whacks as well as a stick to the back as he continues to try and hold on to this one. Popping it back in the air, taking a hit, and Gamble will be the one to find it. Ends up passing this one all the way out to center. Plamondon down the right side, slowing things down. Passing across, he'll shoot, he'll score. And the Xtreme are right back within one off a beautiful pass by Plamondon that found a man right next to the goaltender who was able to just tap that one right in. As Owen Hill gets ready to take on Cale Street again here in the faceoff. So far, it's definitely seemed like Street has had the better of him. Street pins it down and throws it back to a defender. Ends up on the stick of Elliott Wise, who fakes the shot and takes it to the corner, slowing things right on down. On the outside, takes the shot and puts it into the crest of the goaltender. Gamble fires this one deep. Sprinting through the zone, only one man to beat, takes it to the goal, puts it high, but that'll be an excellent save by Shar. Looks like we'll get a whistle here. It's going to be an illegal cross-check. So the Yetti will once again head to the box here. Silger taking a seat. And the Xtreme being given a chance to potentially tie it after trailing the entire game. We'll start with it at center and take this one down the floor. Into the corner on the left side. Ends up bouncing off the stick, bouncing all the way to the corner where the Xtreme will have to retrieve it. Finds a man up high. Takes the shot, bounces off a defender's stick and nearly into the net. But thankfully for the Yetti, somebody was able to see it and stop it. The Xtreme get it back, 20 seconds to work with, behind the back pass, finds a man on the other side, takes the shot, and it'll end up going just wide. Yetti recover, passing it back across center, and he's going to go for a run with it. 2-on-1, taking it all the way, he's got some speed, diving shot, and what a play! What a shot by Gage Foley, who puts the Yetti back up by 2 on the penalty kill. And he's hyped up for that one, showing about as much athleticism as he could, sprinting by 2 defenders and jumping all the way across the slot and putting it by the goaltender. As that is a momentum-shifting goal there for the Yetti. And maybe the goal of the tournament so far as well. This will get rolled into the corner. Chasing this one down will be Crozier Baker, the captain for the Yetti. Walking it back out to center, swatted back down. Xtreme trying to push their way through. It'll end up getting knocked off his stick. Wise, 1-on-1, turns into a 2-on-1. He'll fire, he'll score. The Yetti again, up by 3. Wise with the fake and shot, beating Gamble. The Xtreme went undefeated in the regular season and postseason so far, beating the Yetti twice along that road. And just like that, with just 25 minutes remaining here, they're looking more human than they have all season long. The Yetti with it up at center. Street slowly walking this down the left side. Cutting through center, charging in, tries to beat the defender, won't beat the goaltender. Gamble finally sweeps it up. And the Xtreme will attempt to head the other way. Tries the long pass, but a quick whistle. And some conversation there between the refs and the two players. And it looks like they might be taking both here. As they end up escorting Jenner into the box here. And the refs meet at center to talk about what's going to end up happening here. Still 29 seconds left on the previous Yetti penalty kill, excuse me. And we will end up seeing 29 seconds of 4-on-4. Marshall down the right side, passing this one over to Cale Street. Street on the inside, diving shot off the post. As a very nice play by Jevin Monroe, but he'll end up taking out another player in the corner afterwards. The refs quickly separating, and the trainer sprinting on to the floor here. And as the trainers look at him here, we're going to go to a quick break. And we'll update you as this continues. All right, welcome back. The player was down in the corner, got back to his feet and walked off the floor on his own, which was obviously very good to see. He got some help from the trainer, and it looks like he is going to be okay. It's going to be a 4-minute penalty on the hit to him in the corner there. And the Yetti will rotate it around the outside, passing it back up high on the right side. Takes the shot, ends up blocked low, loose in Gamble's feet. He wasn't able to find it, but thankfully he got some help from a defender. And Gamble's going to load up. Looking for some help. He's going to fire it deep and all the way into the corner, and it'll bounce into the netting. It's going to be 5-on-3 here for the Yetti. Already up by 3 goals. This will be a good chance to potentially add a few more. They continue to work their way around, passing it back up to center, into the left corner. Tries the shot, but Gamble was able to slide across the crease. And he's going to send a long pass again into the corner, where it'll be found by a Yetti defender. Straight, long pass, not able to find his teammate. Wise ends up grabbing it off the rebound, off the boards, putting it on goal, but Gamble was ready. Back behind the net again, Alex Hill. As they sprint back over again here, Cameron Gillis takes it over center. We'll end up seeing a 3-on-1, charging through, putting it down the right side, trying to beat, I believe, Gamble just under the arm. They'll try again here, and they're just pounding at the door. Passing it back across. Ends up in the corner. It'll end up being a tip off the Xtreme, they'll say, and we'll see an Xtreme player returning to the floor, 5-on-4. On the other side, trying the shot. Good save by Gamble again, who's already made a whole bunch of saves on this power play. That shot ends up low, grabs his own rebound, puts it low again. Another rebound there for the Yetti. It's still loose. It'll end up getting swept all the way towards the net, and Gamble had his stick on the floor to stop it. Hill walking it over center here. He'll end up passing it along the boards. The Xtreme charging through. Beats the two defenders, but he'll end up turning back as Blake Shepard didn't like what he saw. And he's going to hold on to it next to the boards. He'll end up bouncing off the backboards, and we'll end up seeing the Yetti getting it back. 2 minutes remaining in the second period. And they'll work with it along the left side. Monroe tries the shot off the crossbar, loose in front. Yetti trying to get the rebound. Xtreme trying to go for a run, but he'll end up getting knocked off his feet there. And that'll be a quick arm in the air by the referees. And we'll see a Yetti heading to the box here. Elliot Wise taking a seat. So it'll be a tripping call going his way. A little bit of confusion there, as it wasn't Wise going into the box. He seemingly volunteered to take a seat, but somebody informed him that the refs had gotten the wrong guy, as Grady Johannesson is going to be the one sitting. Still 53 seconds remaining in 4-on-4, and then that'll follow by about a minute of 5-on-4. Took me a second to remember how to count as the Yetti move back down the floor here on the stick of the captain. Crozier Baker with it on the right side. He'll hold on to it, taking it back behind the goal. Walking all the way around the zone, not afraid to take a few checks in the arm. Getting some help here as the Yetti attempt to find something. 2 seconds left, they'll wire it. That'll be a nice low save by Gamble. Gamble handing that one right off to Plamondon. Plamondon down the right side, bounce pass to center. Hepburn with it. Hepburn playing pass with a man to his right. Will end up high. Now down the left side, long shot, not able to beat Devin Shar. Sprinting down the right side now, the Yetti. He'll end up getting shoved into the Yetti bench. Evading a few defenders, but that'll be an over and back call. Tried to dive to avoid it, but the ref caught him. And now we'll see the Xtreme head the other way. And with that, I believe this is going to be a quick timeout here, called assumingly by the Xtreme, as they're going to try and draw something up here. It will roughly be a 30-second break here, so we'll be right back with you when things continue. All right, welcome back. The Xtreme will be taking it at center here. 30 seconds put back on the game clock. And they'll have it on the left side. Shot clock turned off. Xtreme will have the last shot if they want it. Nearly lost it there. It'll be along the left side. 12 seconds left. That shot bouncing low, beat the goaltender. As the Xtreme grab one last one before the end of the period. 7-5. And the Yetti started the game very, very strong, but the Xtreme have been fighting back slowly, and they're finally back within 2 here. Still 20 minutes left to go. They're one strong third period away from starting the Provincials with a win. Will end up being waved down here. Xtreme with it. 8 seconds on the game clock. Passing it across the zone, missing on it. Yetti picking it back up, and they'll fire it all the way back down the floor. And that will do it for the second period of play here. 40 minutes gone, 20 minutes still left to go. Your score 7-5, favoring the Yetti. And we'll be back with you after this 10-minute second intermission break. Do not go anywhere. You are watching CROW LAX TV. All right, welcome back. 20 minutes still left to go in Game 2 of the Tier 2 Junior B Provincials. Your score so far, 7-5 between the Lloydminster Xtreme and the Sylvan Lake Yetti. It has certainly been a fun one so far. The Yetti have led for the vast majority of this game so far. I believe all of it, to correct myself. As the clock gets set here, both benches are ready to go. The crowd is filled. Let's rumble. Face-off won by the Yetti as they head into the offensive zone. Charging through a defender, passing it across, puts it off the goaltender, and that'll be a nice save by Gamble. Loading up and firing. That one goes off the chest of a defender, and the Xtreme will recover it. Heading down the left side with it. It'll end up getting handed off. Plamondon with it. Passes it across. Long shot in on Char. And it'll end up getting popped up. Plamondon puts that one off the boards. Still 20 seconds to work with it if they can recover it, but the Yetti find it first and cross the center line. Katarenchuk walking it back up to center. Passing it across here. Down the right side into the corner. As they pass it back up high, trying to work off a screen. Down the right side, looking for some help. Back up high, 5 seconds. He needs to shoot, but it looks like he'll fire it into the netting instead, and that will just about do it for that offensive play by the Yetti. Xtreme heading back over center. Alex Hill down the left side with it. We'll have it along the boards. Passing it back across before being picked off by the Yetti, who knock it back across over center, and that'll be a quick over and back call on the Xtreme. The Yetti back at center with it. Cale Street entering the zone. Down the left side. Up high. Puts the shoulder down, takes the shot, and puts it over top of the goaltender. Thiessen, long Hail Mary pass. He'll end up finding a stick for it. Owen Hill with it. Passing it back over to McNabb, who picks it up in the corner, loads up, fakes the shot, pushes his way through, and it'll end up being picked back up by a Yetti defender. Down the left side, sprinting by the benches as he evades 2 hits. 2-on-1, heading in, passes it across, but he'll miss on it. And the Yetti will have to start from the corner. Tosh Marshall passing it back over along the right side. Spins off the defender, back up high, off the screen, and off the backboard. Second try will go off the goaltender as well. Loose once more. It'll end up stuck on the floor. No one quite can grab it. Almost looks like a hockey game out here as they sprint it across over center. Finding a little bit of help in Alex Hill. And they'll hand it off, and the Xtreme get their offense out there. 3 minutes gone here. Still 2-goal difference between these two teams. Xtreme's undefeated record on the line here. Passing it back along the right side. Hepburn loading up, firing, puts it just wide and all the way down the floor. The Yetti will get it in the corner here. Sigfusen heading to the corner to find it. Walking his way up, back up high. Fakes out the defender, tries to put it on goal, puts it a little too high as Gamble leaves his net to find it. He's going to try a pass across center. Ends up hitting the stick of Brady Gamble. Now with it, that's Nate Fisher. Fisher through center, beats the first defender, puts it low, and they'll just barely keep it on the right side of the goal line. The Yetti going for a run here. This one on the stick of Gage Foley, who scored a very athletic goal earlier in the game, but he wasn't willing to try it for another there. The Yetti trying to maintain their possession. Finally, they'll get some more offense out there as some confusion on the bench of the Yetti. They'll end up putting that off the glove and into the netting, and that's going to be Yetti ball. So finally, they'll get a chance to see get those guys waiting at the bench on the floor. Cale Street with it in the left far corner. Takes the shot off the pad and into the corner once again. Xtreme finding it. They're going to have to run this one out through a few guys, but they'll get it over center. Nearly losing it. They'll have to fight for it in the corner, but it'll end up getting taken down, and it looks like the Xtreme will get it right back. Rogan McNabb with it. Walking this one down the left side. Slowing things down. 15 seconds remaining. And he's going to sprint towards the net. Takes the shot, but they'll say he had a foot down. And we'll end up seeing the Yetti head the other way. Heading down the right side, Silger. He's going to get sandwiched at center, but he'll be able to evade it, but not get the shot on. It's loose in front, and Gamble is going to have to reach back across and stop that dangerous play, sending a long pass picked back off by the Yetti. 14 minutes remaining in the final frame as they go in 2-on-1, firing it on goal. Brady Gamble with the rebound, and they head the other way. Both teams with some quick offense here. The Xtreme deciding to stop that trend. Taking a sprint, no one behind him. Sprinting that one right onto the goal, but that'll be stopped, I believe, by the pad of the goaltender and bounced out of the floor. Marshall passes this one back up. Sigfusen into the corner. Walking it back up high. One-handed grab there by Timestra. Timestra spins, shoots, and that'll go off the pad and into the corner, resetting the Yetti shot clock if they can only find it. Picking it up in the corner now. Cale Street passes it back up high, fakes the shot, ends up putting it just wide, and that is going to be an over and back call on the Yetti. 13 minutes still left to go. Neither goalie have allowed a goal yet in this third period. Nate Fisher with it. Fisher walks in, puts it low, and scores. The Xtreme right back in, and Rogan McNabb 7-6. Hill getting ready for the draw across from Street. That'll be another win by Street. Picked up by the Yetti's captain. He's going to walk it down the right side, handing it off and go sprinting towards the bench. The Yetti setting up their offense with 15 seconds to work with. Looks, fires, puts it high, bounced off the boards. Teammate finds it and puts it off the goaltender. And the Xtreme might have a chance the other way. Hill, all on his own, alone on an island, puts it on goal, but he'll get taken out last minute by an Elliot Wise who came in late. And he's going to head off for that. A bit of an unfortunate play there by the Yetti, as at that point, Owen Hill was not scoring from the position he was in. A lot of defenders would tell you that taking a penalty to avoid a breakaway is not the wrong move a lot of the time, but on plays like that where your goaltender has already done 75% of the job, this could be a bad spot for the Yetti. Gunderson with it up high. Passing that one off the boards as they end up putting it into the corner. The Xtreme trying to find some offense. Down by a single goal. They'll load up and fire. Loose in front and stopped from going out. 5-second shot clock. Stolen back by the Yetti, and he'll go for a run. Foley all on his own, charging towards the goal. He'll shoot, and he'll get stopped and collide with the boards. The Xtreme heading back down the floor here into the corner. Tried to go cross zone, put it on goal instead, and goes into the corner to pick it up. Pushing through all the way to the other side, but it'll go off the boards, and I believe given back to the Xtreme. Up high, down low. Goaltender was a little bit too slow, but they'll miss on the shot, and the Yetti will try and head the other way. Down the right side. Silger with it. Back up high again. Tosh Marshall tries to spin off the defender, taking it through center, and takes a step back to survey the land. 11 minutes remaining. The Yetti up by a single goal now. Putting that one on Gamble, who made a nice save. And now a 20-second shot clock for the Xtreme offense. Plamondon walking this one in. Down to the corner. Gets picked off. Yetti trying to head the other way. He's all alone, though. And he'll get shoved into the boards. The coaches send the defense right back out there. And it looks like the Xtreme will be rewarded the play along the boards. And a missed pass here will end up going into the bench of the Yetti. So the Yetti's offense will get the ball back. Street in the corner, putting his back to the defender, working off the screen. Street looking for a little bit of contact here as he's going to try and work his way in. Walking it to center, taking his time, passing it back over, but missing on it. 10 seconds to work with, but that'll be a quick over and back on the Yetti. As Johansson goes off the floor, not too happy with himself, but it looks like we will be seeing our media break here. 9:53 remaining in the third period. We'll be right back with you when things continue. All right, the players have returned to the floor here. Back up high. The Xtreme setting up their offense along the left side. 1:15 remaining on their power play. Working their way down the left side, passing it inside, putting it low, not able to beat Shar as they put it into the corner instead. 10 seconds to work with. They didn't get a new shot clock as we see some pushing and shoving. And it looks like the ref's going to take both of them as the fans on the Xtreme side are not too happy about it. Gage Foley taking a seat. Joining him, Jaden Plamondon. As we wait to see what this is going to mean, still 57 seconds remaining on that first penalty for the Yetti. 4 players on the floor for the Xtreme. Looks like 3 for the Yetti. Hepburn ready to take it at center. And now there's 4 people out there for, it looks like we're going to be seeing 5-on-4, which is not the outcome that I would have predicted, but I guess coincidentals, it makes sense. So they'll play as if both of them are going to be in there for the next 2 minutes. Long shot, they'll score! Blake Shepard with a blast from center, 7-7. And for the first time since the start of this game, we have a tied game, and the Xtreme are back in it. With 9 minutes to go here, the Yetti have dominated this game for the most part. The Xtreme making a late comeback in the third period. As it's picked up at center, down the left side, working off some contact. As he ends up missing on the pass, but his teammate will end up finding it regardless. Back up high, pushing through a double team. The third player of the bunch picks it up and goes for a run. Rogan McNabb, he's got speed, but ends up getting taken out along the boards, and he'll end up spinning back with it. 20 seconds. Tries to push through the defense, doing it all on his own, but he'll lose the ball on the last one. McNabb picking it up himself, though, off the rebound. Getting shoved into the boards. He'll get loose. McNabb again, putting it low. What a solo effort by Rogan McNabb, doing it all on his own. And that'll be a shot clock violation on the Xtreme. But McNabb did everything but score there. And it looks like he might have drawn a penalty as well on it. An illegal cross-checking going to Elliot Wise. Xtreme now on the power play. And with a power play goal, they would take their first lead of the game. An undefeated season on the line here. They ended the regular season undefeated. They ended the playoffs undefeated. If they were to lose that streak in the first game of Provincials, would obviously not be a good start. Shepard with it along the boards. He'll pass it back up high to Gunderson, who puts it into the corner. Shepard wires it, scores! Shepard with back-to-back goals, and the Xtreme are back on top. And a referee going over to a bunch of Yetti and Xtreme players along the left line, giving them a warning as there's some pushing and shoving before the face-off. Going all the way there was Keegan Landry. Wasn't not able to beat Gamble. And it looks like they'll have to give it back, and the Xtreme will get it in their own zone. 7 minutes remaining here. Anything could happen. Wallace back up high with it. Shepard now loads up. It's worked for him twice. He'll get it a third time. Blake Shepard, the hero for the Xtreme, with 3 blasts from up high, beating Devin Shar. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. As Blake Shepard scores 3 goals in almost identical ways. Face-off won by the Yetti. Wise walking this one up the floor. Tries to spin off McNabb. McNabb refusing to give up. Gives it over to Johannesson, who fires. Or no, they'll give this one back as the Xtreme get it back in their own zone. 6:45. Passing this one up the floor for Fisher. Fisher taking a few whacks and puts them down with a bit of a reverse hit. And the defender was not too happy about that last one, too. Up high, long shot in on the goaltender, as that'll be a nice save for Devin Shar. Stolen back by the Xtreme, and a hand will go up in the air. And it looks like the Xtreme will be heading to the box here. Last few penalties, I should say, have gone to the Yettis. And it looks like the Yetti will finally get a chance to go on the attack. Down by 2 with 6 minutes left to go. This game has very quickly shifted away from Sylvan Lake. Marshall with it up high. Down the left side with it. Passing it right back to where it came. Marshall down the right side instead to the corner. Ends up getting popped up high by a stick and down the floor. Over and back called on the Yetti. Xtreme will get it in the offensive zone, and the ball is on the stick of Shepard, who spun through 2 defenders and took drew a penalty. They'll end up bouncing out to center. McNabb with it up high. 9-second shot clock right across, putting it low. Ball is loose after a block by the defender, and a big hit in the corner, and they're all going to go at it after that one. As the Xtreme are not too happy after that hit. And we might be seeing a few more penalties coming up here. As it looks like Lloydminster is going to head to the box again. Eric Wallace taking a seat. Joining him, I believe, is going to be Keegan Landry for the Yetti. So these may very well be coincidental, as both teams are meeting at center to talk out what the consequences of that last play will be. 5:32 remaining in the third period. 2-goal difference between these two teams. Two men in the box for the Xtreme, one in the box for the Yetti so far. And it looks like they may have come to a decision here, as one of the referees is explaining it to both teams' captains. Gamble has headed over to the bench and is giving some fist bumps to his defense, who have helped him out quite a bit here today. As they continue to talk about this one, it started to look like they had made a decision, but clearly one of the teams not too happy about it, so the conversation continues. The Yetti finally heading back to their bench, explaining it to the coach. Not too happy about it, as Jacob Crozier-Baker continues to look not too pleased about the call. Currently, all that is on the board here is 1 2-minute penalty on the side of the Yetti and a previous penalty for 1:12 that had already been taken by the Xtreme. And it looks like finally we're going to get back underway here, as another Yetti player is heading to the box. He's taking a seat will be Gage Foley. So 2 Yetti in the box, 2 Xtreme players in the box. And it looks like finally we're ready to go. It will be 4-on-4, I believe. And we're back underway here. Shepard with it up high, walking it up, looks for a teammate, passes it back across the zone, walking this one in, all the way across. McNabb running in, tries to lay out a defender. Exchanges a few hits with the defender as he'll get knocked off of a Yetti stick, and another penalty is coming up here. As this time it's going to be Rogan McNabb, as there are now 5 players collectively in the box for both of these teams. Tosh Marshall passes it down the left side into the corner as they continue to rotate it. Spinning back now. Working below the goal line. Back up high. Shooting. Passing it across, but it'll end up in the corner. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. On the other side. Back up high. Wiring this one, and it'll be a good save by Gamble. The Xtreme trying to go the other way. Long pass hits the stick, but it'll bounce right out. And the pass by Gamble worked, as it gave the Xtreme a chance to start their offense a little bit early, but a few bobbles there at center looked a little bit scary. They were able to avoid the over and back. Now down the left side they go. Nate Fisher. Fisher loses the defender and is going to take a few whacks in the shoulder. Shot clock will go off. And now we will see this ball brought back across the floor by the Yetti. Cale Street with it. Street passing this one across. Heading down the right side into the corner. Trying to lose the defender. Get some help on a screen, but that pass will miss 2 of his teammates and heads sailing into the Xtreme bench. 3:45 remaining here. 42 seconds and 16 seconds remaining on both penalties. As the Xtreme will wait with it at center. A Yetti will return to the floor. 10 seconds to go. Down the right side, evading a double team, taking a slide, goes anyway, but it goes off of Devin Shar, who makes a nice save after quite the individual effort. Katarenchuk hands this one off. Over to Marshall. Marshall into the corner. Bends up back up high. That shot bounces back in front to Gamble. Gamble loads up and fires, but it'll be blocked by the Yetti, where it'll be given back to the Xtreme. Now heading back down the floor, the Xtreme just need to prevent 2 Yetti goals, and they could walk out of day 1 of Provincials with a win. Back up high again. 13-second shot clock. Walks this one to center. Surveys the land, looks at a few screens. Passes it to McNabb as that shot goes off the shoulder. The goaltender, it ends up going in. The Xtreme grab one more off an odd bounce, and it's 10-7. As Rogan McNabb gave a little bit of a gesture to the crowd there after the play. Clearly he'd been hearing what this Yetti's crowd had been yelling all game long. And the Xtreme have quickly set themselves up to prove some people wrong after a poor start to this one. The Yetti win this face-off in need of some quick offense. Charging through the lane. Finds a teammate on the other side, but not able to hit the net. Down the right side now. Hitting Johannesson. Back up high again. Bounces out of his stick. And it'll be stolen back by the Xtreme, who start to head back down the floor. Going for a sprint here. Muir fires and scores as the Xtreme just continue to pile on. And the Xtreme bench explodes after what is more than likely the dagger. This will be one back to the Yetti. 2 minutes to work with, and their offense ain't ready to give up yet. Pushing through the Xtreme defense into the left corner. Has to send it all the way over and onto the stick of Sigfusen. Back up high again. Loads up, fires. That one just right. We'll have a hand in the air here. And it looks like we'll see an Xtreme player heading to the box here before this one's over. It'll be Jenner taking a seat for them. 1:30 remaining. And he'll be in the box for the remainder of this one on an interference call. Yetti along the right side with it. Loading up and firing. That one just right of the net. And we'll get another whistle here. Both refs meeting at center here, looking in the general direction of the Yetti. Okay. And it sounds like they were a little bit late to start the clock, which is why the Yetti's head coach was not too happy. That time they were able to get it just right. And the Yetti offense gets started. Passing it back across, looking low. Fires, shoots it off the post, and it'll end up popped back up in front. Stolen back by the Xtreme, and he'll go for a run with it. Trying to waste a little bit of clock, only one man to beat. But he didn't like the look, so he'll just hold it at center. And the Xtreme already up by 4 goals, more than happy to let this clock waste right on down. 3 seconds. Stolen back by the Yetti, who take it back over center. And down the right side they go. Loading up and firing. Blocked in front. So the Xtreme goaltender Gamble makes one more save here. The Xtreme only need to waste down the clock. They don't need any more offense here, as that pass by Gamble goes into the netting. And with that, the Yetti will take it back across center one more time. As we hear the fans erupt after one more shot by the Yetti. Time quickly expiring. They'll leave it in the corner, but the Xtreme are North Division champions. And in what was one heck of a lacrosse game between these two teams, the team in black and green end up on top. And it was an undefeated season that saw Lloydminster get here, going 16-0, winning twice in the playoffs as well, dominating the whole way through, and they finished the job strong here. The rest of the Provincials still left to go. The challenges are not done, but this is certainly a nice start for them. And as for the Yetti, they put up one heck of a fight here, as just looking at their season history going into this one against the Xtreme, they did not perform quite to where I'm sure they wanted to be in those games. And here today, they showed up and gave the North champs one heck of a fight and looked like they were going to run away with it right up until the final 10 minutes of the third period. So you have to give the Yetti credit for putting one heck of a fight to the Xtreme. As after this handshake line, we'll get the players of the game. And it's going to be tough to pick one from both sides. For the Xtreme, if I were to give a prediction, I think it would either have to go to Riker Gamble. He played an excellent game in between the pipes for them. You could definitely also make an argument for Blake Shepard. I think he might be my pick. He scored 3 straight, pretty much winning the game for the Xtreme at the end there with 3 very, very impressive goals. On the other side is tough as well, as there were a lot of very, very strong performers. I really liked what I saw from Cale Street. I thought he had an excellent game. Elliot Wise as well for them offensively. You could definitely also give it to Gage Foley, who had that really impressive athletic shot. And it looks like they're just setting up at center here. Getting the players of the game awards out on the floor for both teams. And as we see the Xtreme lining up, assumingly we'll get ready for players of the game here. And for the Yetti, it's going to be Gage Foley, who had an excellent game for the Yetti, showing up at multiple points, especially in transition, scoring 1 to boot. And it's going to go to the goaltender here, Riker Gamble, who shut the door in the final frame and was a massive part of the Xtreme's comeback efforts. But with that, that will do it for us here. Day 1 of the Tier 2 Junior B Provincials is now done. So we will be right back with you here in Brentwood for the game tomorrow. Make sure, or the games tomorrow, I should say. Make sure to tune in. But for now, make sure to have a good night.